It has been 18 seasons since the Edmonton Oilers last made a Stanley Cup final. We have been through a lot. We have been through the decade of darkness. This is for every Oilers fan who bought into the Ty Ratty hype. Every Oilers fan who thought Boyd Gordon was the third line center we needed to help the kids. For everyone who bit hook, line, and sinker into Eric Belanger, wanted another year because he believes. To everyone who ever watched Jeff Drouin Delorier or Jonas Gustafsson, or go down the line of
Victor Fost,
of random goalies that we had come through over those 10 years. For everyone who would walk to Rexall when it's minus 25 for a game in February when the Oilers were 25 points out of a playoff spot. For everyone who went to a draft lottery party, a draft party, whatever. Last night was for you. That was pretty special. To do it on home ice is pretty remarkable. The Edmonton Oilers giving us, nation citizens, Oilers fans, a moment that we have been absolutely clamoring for over a decade, almost 2 decades. Pretty cool to see that all come together the way it did last night. We are going to break down this whole series, that whole game, this whole playoff run to this point. We're going to be joined by Luke Gazdick at 12:30. We're going to be joined by Bag Milk at 1 o'clock as well. And also, I want to hear from you guys in the chat. What were you doing last night? Do you remember where you were back in 06 at this time? How did the 2 runs compare to you? Also going to be asking everyone for their moment of the series as well. So lots to get to today on the program, Liam. But, man, 2-9-1, 202 days ago. Fire Jay Woodcroft. Come out from the depths of hell, the depths of the NHL standings, put together a 60-game run that, I mean, they've really never had a 60-game run that good. You get to the playoffs, you slay the LA Kings for a 3rd straight year. You go down 3-2 to the Vancouver Canucks. Felt like hope was lost. Hope wasn't lost. Boom, they win. Round 3, you win the first game, steal it. You're thinking, all right, here we go. You and I in an Uber to a Target in Dallas, Texas. We're talking about how, man, this team's only 3 wins away from a Stanley Cup final. This run has been pretty special. They lose. Bang, bang, back-to-back games. You lose hope. You're thinking, oh, my God, that was our opportunity, and we blew it. How are you going to beat Dallas 3 out of 4? Well, forget 3 of 4. It was, how are you going to beat Dallas 3 straight? And we now know how they did it. Pretty special stuff. Also, Jay is very rattled that he could not be on the show today.
Really?
He's so rattled. He's flying to Toronto right now.
Oh.
And he was
they
like,
don't have hockey there right now.
Good point.
Knocked out first round.
Oh,
well.
He's going to Toronto right now, and his flight leaves at 12. Right now, 12:05. He's so desperate to get on any piece of content today. He texted me and said, "Hey, do you think I could join from the airplane for 2 minutes?" And I was like, "No, we're probably good, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that."
By the time he got in the air, the show would be over.
Yeah,
pretty much. You don't play on your phones on the airplane.
Got to be in airplane mode.
Yeah,
you don't really have to be.
I don't really get airplane mode. Like, what does that do?
The amount of times I've fallen asleep on the tarmac and then landed and been like, oh shit, my phone was in normal that whole time. Nothing bad happens. I'm sure maybe something bad could happen if everyone's on their phones.
I mean, yeah.
But like all that happens is you lose service.
Is that the point? Like, is it save battery? Captain Felton surely knows he's a captain.
Someone in here is a pilot.
Someone.
It's a lie. It does nothing. It's such a farce. Yeah, I think it's just a trick. I think they're tricking you. How do we get here? Oh, yeah, Jay's not on the show today. Yeah. But like I said, Gaz and BM are both going to swing by later on. I'm going to go all the way up to the top of the comments. Anna was the first one in. And actually, let's get into Charm Diamond Center's YouTube chat. You can find them online, charmdiamondcenters.com. You know, maybe some of you have some deals going on. If the Oilers get a ring, you got to get a ring for someone else in your life. Maybe that's a wager you should be making.
Maybe that's it.
Charm Diamond Centers can help you out. Home of the Propos.
Canadian Game 6 when the Oilers win. You can just get down on your one knee and pop the question.
Everybody gets a ring. Anna was in with the first comment. Someone pinched me. I feel like I'm in a dream. Let's go Oilers. Rusty, who has been with us the entire way. Rusty was watching when it was 2-9-1, and he was eternally the reckless optimist. What an incredible feeling. Job's not done, though. 4 more wins. Let's go Oilers. And I like that he broke this up into certain areas.
I need to address something.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about this, and I keep forgetting. Where is Lance Kane?
Oh, yeah. Where is Lance Kane?
We haven't seen him for weeks.
He's working out of town, I believe.
He was at the game last night.
He was.
Mr. Burns passed along his love.
Okay.
Well, I need to see him in here. I can't believe it. He's one of the loyal.
That is true, yeah. Cup year.
He pays for this show. Well, it pays me. I don't know about you.
I want to break down what he said there, though, is the whole job's not done thing. Hell yeah, it's not. And I totally get that. But I like that Rusty had the first part in of like, what an incredible feeling, because again, if you're not absolutely soaking this all in, what's the point?
I do have a regret that I have to tell you about.
Okay.
Don't think I've been involved enough downtown and stuff like that. I feel like I am missing out on a lot of things.
I'm doing it for the both of us.
I vow to be more involved downtown this year.
Oh, can I tell you the most insane thing about my experience at the game yesterday? I think I said it on After Dark.
Told us already.
Yeah.
Tell us again. Because
for the people who didn't watch After Dark yesterday, I get to the arena, sitting in my dad's season tickets, where I do, walk down the hall or down the aisle, go to my seats. Bill Daly sitting next to me.
The Bill Daly.
That guy right there sat next to me for the first 2 periods. Our knees were touching. He was drinking a Tim Hortons. Shout out Bill Daly.
You can bring it.
And we have
There's Tim's in the arena.
Really? Wow.
Someone behind us during the second intermission, once Bill Daly left, the 2 people sitting behind me were very confused. One of them was like, "Why is he wearing a suit?" And the other guy was like, "Well, he's here working, I think." And then after, when they saw Bill Daly come out with the trophy, I turned back and they were laughing. They were like, "That's the guy that was right here." It was like, yeah, it was.
As Oilers fans who you mentioned off the top have watched a lot of draft lotteries, everyone in the city should know who Bill Daly is.
And we have a winner.
And we have a winner.
You know?
What a nice round moment as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So what did you talk to him about?
So I sat down with him and I was like, "Hello." He said, "Hello." And then I said, "You're really just amongst the people." And he said, "Yep, I like the vibes down here." And I said, "I'm Tyler. I host shows with Frank Saravalli." And he said, "Good guy." Yeah, good guy. He didn't seem too interested in talking to the guy in the Nuge jersey. And then when the Don't Air Force One music started playing, I turned to him and I said, "This is the best effing thing we have in Edmonton." And he took out his phone and was taking pictures of it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I do.
At one point, he took a selfie.
With you?
No, not with me. With the guy next to him. And then at one point, some other dude just walked into the row in front of us when we were waiting for the second period to start and was like this far away from him and just went bing and just took a picture of him and was like, "See ya." Like the weirdest thing possible. Didn't ask for a picture with him. He literally just walked right in front of me and Bill and was like, "Boop." And then Bill Daly just looked and was like, "Good luck tonight." Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, well, there are 3 security guards who are probably strapped up at the top of the section, buddy. You shouldn't be messing around here."
I do really. I like how he's like, "Yeah, I'm here for the vibes." That's like,
it's great.
I respect that a lot because when you're up, like we've been up in the rafters and you don't really feel it. Like I believe the energy has risen a lot, obviously in the playoffs, and people like I think Gregor has spoken about it a few times on his show, just being like you can actually feel the energy a bit more up top there now. And what do they call it? The gallery, I guess.
Yeah.
But Bill to be like, "I want to be involved in this. I want to like be amongst the people." So that I think that just shows that he's a real hockey fan. He loves the game.
Yeah. Okay. A couple more comments that I want to keep getting into. Anne is in. "I love the tradition in not touching the Campbell Trophy. The team showed up, especially Connor." Yeah, I think it's fine. I wouldn't have cared if they did touch it. If I'm being totally honest, they didn't touch it in 06. They lost. It's a fun thing that hockey does.
Yeah, I don't care either way. It is kind of what it is. It doesn't get me going. I'll tell you that much for either way of it. But it was just cool to see him with it. You know. Like I've never witnessed that before. It was a moment, and like you wouldn't have seen this because you're obviously at the game, which I imagine was amazing. But they were going slowly, like panning across and just zooming in on the faces of all the players, and those guys are legends now in this season.
Yeah.
Like we remember every single player from that 06 run, and now this team, no matter what happens, is going to be remembered forever. And the moments they've been able to bring us so far is just, it's crazy. I'm getting goosebumps.
They're getting a banner.
They're going to get a banner.
We will start next season with a banner raising.
And it's going to be awesome. And I'm just grateful for what these guys have been able to bring to this city, because it's funny. We were talking before the show. We posted a clip on the DFL Rundown about Trevor Zegras. And I was like, yeah, I did really well. And you said, it's like, we would be in the dead thick of it.
We would be talking so much trade stuff right now, usually.
But here we are talking about the Edmonton Oilers winning the Western Conference Finals and moving on to the Stanley Cup Final to face the Florida Panthers. People crying in the stands last night, I thought was just awesome. Like, just the emotion. This city rides off this team. Literally at the heart. You can feel it when the Oilers lose games in like November around here. It's insane. I love it.
And Bubs, I genuinely don't know how to act. That's a good one. I love this shot of Chris Knobloch, the usually mild-mannered head coach of the Oilers, with a nice fist bump. Mark Stewart acting like he's been there before. Dylan Holloway, bottom corner, Corey Perry hugging. Look at Holloway's face smushed up to his chest. That's pretty cool.
I see
everyone behind them, like all those faces, the signs, everything.
So those two guys to the left of Chris Knobloch, those two, when everyone stood up in the arena, they were sat down. And I just kept thinking, you do what you want when you're in your seats, don't get me wrong, but I just kept thinking, I was like, you're arguably in the worst seat in the house.
Yeah.
And you're not, I'd be stood up if it was the second period, trying to be able to see things. You're not stood up when everyone else is stood up. But what was that like in the arena? Like, everyone just risen. Like, I've only seen that in Game 7 against the Kings. And the reason it happened in Game 7 was because McDavid scored.
Yeah.
And everyone got up and was cheering him on for like, what was it, last 3 or 4 minutes, whatever it was. But this felt like people were just trying to like will the Oilers across the line, because whichever way we look at it, that game was not good by the Oilers. Despite the scoreline, it didn't go well for them, but they got it done. And I just felt the crowd had like such a part in it, and it was incredible.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.